welcome to the next game in the infamy campaign, the Charc Campaign. Welcome to the plains of Boroughton. Although the most of the battles have been contained to the southern part of the peninsula, some of the northern barons they've been sitting idly. So we've got a little bit of northern action going on as the two warring. I'll show you on the map here in a second. Two rival baronies going at it. These guys hate each other. They're like, why should the southern guys have all the fun? So here they go. So these guys are starting the fight to see whoever controls the Stubian Immortals. That's big time. So Bellino is evading Boroughton, and they're going to meet him on the field like real men. So ain't no sneaking around here. They told them, hey, we're going to be into your territory at this time, and you guys can meet us there if you want. There. So they met them. Two identical forces, per usual. We got Lord Baron Philip Sandoval leading the forces of Aurelian. Going against his arch nemesis. You know him, you love him. You actually don't know him. Lord Baron Alfred Listern leading the forces of Boroughton, the Time Wardens. Yes. Everyone's deployed except for the the two mercenary troops. There are two. Each side has two deployment zones, which are going to serve as rally points, so they can be captured. I assume the battle will be over by then, but they're allowed to fall back on it and use them as rally points as long as they have a force of troops between them and any kind of enemy troops. They'll be able to serve as rally points. There's also each side has two ambush points up in the trees in the woods, which they can utilize. The Immortals of Shubia, of course, don't need that. They can come right out of a force or out of this, whichever they choose. Force-wise, I got these. If you saw my earlier video, I got a few extra light infantry done, so that's pushing to 3 groups of 8 for each one of these guys now, which is awesome. Oh, this chair I'm sitting on just broke. Gotta lose some weight. Increase the number of crossbowmen to 12 for each side. That matches the archers of 12. You've got some heavy mounted knights, a group of 6. You got a group of 8 foot knights mixed into 2 groups of 8. Heavy footmen. Oh, yeah, that's correct. I almost thought I misspoke there. And then you've got 3 groups of 8 men-at-arms with various instruments of torture. So that's what you got for each side. And you can see the same thing across the way there. There's their light infantry. I'll get their little leader markers out here in a second. There's their crossbowmen. There's their heavy footmen with their knights behind them and their foot knights in the middle. With the archers on the hill there, and then their men-at-arms by the river. Just wanted something a little different. We got an open field battle here. There is some terrain to the left. Not sure if that'll be utilized. Pretty much planning on going straight ahead, just slaughtering each other. There's a river in there just for making it fun. Don't see a point of crossing that. And a couple little teeny hills in here, but most of your big hills, I'll get down here. If anybody goes off into here, I think they're going to basically get lost. There's actually pretty big freaking hills over there to the side. I think that the highest peak is, yeah, it's back there. It's way up there. See some of the trees towering above, out of the trash from behind my little work area behind there. But yeah. No idea what's going to happen. And yeah, we'll do force morale, and we'll get to slaughter. Each side is even for this roll. The Aurelians end up with a force morale of 11. They are fired up, and Team Timordia gets a force morale of 10. Start working on the deck. We'll draw the infamy cards, and we'll get this party started. Alright, both sides are going to have 6 Signa cards in hand. There you go. And now we'll draw the first 2 infamy cards for the Aurelians, the attackers. They're going to get the Traitor, which is always a fan favorite, and the Infamy card. I'll let you gander at those for a minute. Alright, and we'll do the Team Timorda in a second. Timordia. Comes the Timordans. They get the Spy, which is also well used, and the Recreant. I like that. Okay, sweet. I went back and read the Aurelian's card. It's kind of sucky. He gets screwed off the bat, so he's gonna just fold this over, and the Timordans get 2 more Infamy cards. Get the Turncoat and another Spy, so that's all kinds of fun. They're gonna be doing all kinds of tricks. That full house. Those guys are going to Vegas. Those 2 Spy cards get them 2 extra Signa cards whenever they need it. Quick pan across the battlefield before the bloodshed begins. They got a lot of space between them. I mean, it's 7 foot across. Looking down the bridge. Say this road's like the border. These guys are ready to wipe each other off existence. All right. Let's get it on. First card coming your way right now. Oh, blue Signa card. Never a bad thing. And then Red Leader 4. That's Sir Frederick Reed. He's leading the men-at-arms. He will go ahead and start moving forward. These guys are in open order. This guy is a level 2 leader. So he's going to move out. 2d6. He leads his 24 men-at-arms forward on the right flank. I just have to re-glue that so it looks a bit gluey. Making his move. Probably in a freaking archer range already. Gonna get smoked. Uh-oh. Big Daddy. Oh, wrong side. Switch back over here. That's the Baron. He's going to hold off. No point going out there and getting smoked. He's not coming in. That's the Immortals of Shubia. Blue 6. Level 1 leader Sir Boromir Pendraken and his group of longbowmen. They're going to move forward and then see what kind of range they're at. He's a level 1 leader. Too early to start using Signa cards, so he's just going to move forward 2d6. Those longbowmen have a 6-inch range. Hail down some arrows. Not in range yet, but they couldn't shoot. Getting close though. Red Leader 2. Oh yeah. That's Sir Victor Pitts who's leading the Foot Knights and the Heavy Foot. They will move forward, keep pace with the men-at-arms to their right. It's a good move by the level 3 knight. He's ready to get across this battlefield. Archers are eyeballing him across over here. They're like, ooh, where's our card? Gonna blast them. All right, they're moving. Blue Leader 3. That's Sir Jesse Mullins, who's serving as an adjutant to Sir Raymond Aylesworth with the Foot Knights. Just there to help pull some more shock. He's getting the men amped up. Turn around screaming at him. Oh, Aurelians aren't wasting any time. They do the same thing. That's their adjutant knight. Ooh, yes. Blue Leader 2. That's Sir Raymond Aylesworth. He's going to move his guys forwards. He might even spend the extra Signa card they had and one in hand to step out for an extra 1d6. 90% of the time with that step-out dice, I get a 1. I was not expecting to move 17 inches. They are flying across the battlefield. They're going to take the road. They're going to be in bow range. They're probably going to get destroyed, but oh well. We're out there. Oh, there's the 2 Signet cards they spent. He is a level 3 leader, so just in case they are going to preemptively close order and raise shields with other 2 commands. Since they have put themselves into missile range, and they had 2 extra commands that go ahead and protect themselves. Alright, the old red Signet card. Blue Leader 5. That's their light infantry. Sir Horatio Wilkins, he's got to get up here and protect his boys. He's a level 2 leader. They're light infantry with flexible drill. So his first command will put him into skirmish order, then they will move forward 3d6. Pretty crap move, but they were ahead of the rest of the formation up on this hill, so not too far behind. That's their crossbowman. Sir Timothy McFadden, level 1 leader, gonna move his boys forward 2d6. I really like having that larger crossbow force and the larger light infantry force. Looking a bit more impressive on the battlefield now. Yes. Red 5. It's level 2 leader Sir Michael Lorenzo and his 3 groups of 8 light infantry. They're going to move forward and stay in formation. Only 2d6. They're covering the left of the heavy infantry and the foot knights. They're on formation. They're doing nice. They can move up some of their archers here to lay down some fire, but so far so good. That looks awesome. Hope their footmen get to move. I mean, their men-at-arms. Alright. Red 7. That's their crossbowman. Sir Eric Weston, level 1 leader. Gonna move his guys forward 2d6. Stay in formation. There were some disparaging rumors prior to the battle that Sir Eric Weston's guys had partook in some bad fish. Little dysentery action. Might be true. These guys are moving like they got a load in their shorts. Big old double 1s. And the Fuge. I'm gonna stick with normal rules just on turn 1. You know, usually you can move guys that are on the table, but well, I do know. You know what? I won't use anything out of the hands. I will use the one red card for the Aurelians to move one of their units, probably their archers. It was dealt. So they have they will go 2d6 forward. Sir Jameson Dauphin moves up his 12 longbowmen, keeping pace with the attack. And that'll be the end of turn 1. Alright, time to shuffle. Red Leader 4. Sir Frederick Reed over the Aurelian men-at-arms. He's going to move forward just 2d6. The dysentery might be spreading in the Aurelian camp. Those guys barely move forward 2 inches. Oh boy. Alright, Red 5, that's the light infantry. It's going to use one command to break them into skirmish order and then move forward 3d6. Oh, here we go. Coming over that hill. Rillian's light infantry getting crazy up in here. This guy's getting ready to throw a spear. He thinks he's Hercules. He's going to throw this thing a half mile. I don't think so, buddy. Red Signa card. Red Leader 3. That's their, is that their sergeant? Yeah, I mean, their knight who's serving as a lieutenant with the heavy footman. He's chilling. He's having a good time, pumping the men up. Oh, no. Rillians have a higher force morale. They're definitely going to move forward with their foot knights. Rillian heavy, they're heavy footmen and their foot knights move forward. Getting close to, at least they're in insult range. They can yell across at these guys. I'm debating about turning loose some of these archers, but I think I'm going to wait one more turn. Alright, here we go. Uh-oh. Blue 8 is Lord Uther. Uhtred. Named after that TV show on Netflix. I love that show. Lost Kingdom or something. Uhtred Jansen. A little bit different last name, though. Gotta have some originality. I gotta come up with some better than that. I gotta come up with some kind of cool... Hey, stand by. Uhtred Samuelson. Yes, much better. Uhtred's gonna come off that ambush point. He is a level 3 leader, so he's going to add 1 to his beginning fervor roll. He's coming in control, which is 2d6, and he'll add 2 to whatever he rolls. I actually added an additional 1 because they're running down this frickin' hill. They're coming in hot! Uther leads his boys out of the woods. 3 groups of 8. 1 group's elite. They've all got 2 fervor. And they've pretty much all got huge axes. So, still a bit of ways away, but definitely threatening the left flank. Uh-oh. It's the Baron. Lord Baron Alfred Tinston, or Listern, sorry. It's Listern. A cistern. Speaking of toilet references, too many toilet references battle. Cistern's something else actually, but he's gonna move forward 2d6 plus 4. The Baron moves his knights forward. He's ready to get out here and rough it up with somebody. It's getting kind of crude out here. Freaking insane old berserkers coming out of the woods. Oh, he's gonna move too. Baron Sandoval's not gonna let his opposite number dominate the battlefield. He's moving out 2d6 plus 4. There goes the Baron. This crossbowman, I gotta make sure there are cards in the deck. I don't think these men-at-arms for the Tymordans have moved either. They're getting hosed. Oh, speak of them, here they are. Crossbowmen for the Aurelians. Sir Eric Weston gonna move forward 2d6. Forgot they were the guys that had the dysentery. They moved 9 inches. That was a rumor, but it's got a bad start. They got stepped in a gopher hole or something. Those boys are on top of that ridge. I think this fight's about to get insane here in a minute. Oh yeah. Sir Victor Pitts leading his boys forward. Not quite in range to get a charge off, but getting there. They're in striking distance. These guys have their shields up right now, expecting a archer volley. They better get their card or they're going to get hosed. Especially if the red 8 comes out, because then he could unleash the Immortals of Shubia from inside of his unit, come charging into those guys with their shields up. They're going to get rocked. So far, it's all Team Aurelia. That's their kind of their adjutant knight. That's their archers for the Timordans. Sir Boromir Pendraken. He's going to spend 2 Signa cards from hand and darken the skies. Unleash a volley of 12 arrows against these guys. I gotta decide if I'm going to counter that one. So these guys will spend 2 Signa cards to darken the skies, and these guys will spend 1 Signa card to raise their shields. 12 dice hitting on 5s and 6s. They score 5 hits. They'll put 2 on each of the heavy footmen in medium armor and 1 on the center group of the knights who are in heavy armor. Medium armor and heavy armor. Both groups of heavy footmen take 1 shock. Archers making it happen. That's something at least. First sort of casualty. Oh no. They're going to spend a card and move forward their men-at-arms. 2d6. Definitely going to have increased chance for what's it call it? Oh god, random events now that all these cards or Signa cards are starting to go into the deck. They move up to there, which isn't bad, and Timordans have to move their men-at-arms themselves, so they're going to spend a Signa card out of hand. They're going to leave 2 in their hand. They're getting kind of low. Let's hope they don't get no double 1s. Don't be drinking that river water. And that turn ends with some decent maneuvering. These boys are definitely going to be throwing down here. Probably next turn. Well, depending on the cards, we'll see. It's a Lardy game, so you never know. Alright. I'm excited. It's a good fight. Alright, here we go. Little blue flag action. Blue Signa, I should say. Use the right terms here. Ooh. The old blue 4. That's Sir Brandon Bates, level I think level 3 leader with a group of heavy footmen. Oh, no, men-at-arms. Let me get it right. Here we go. Definitely moving forward. He's moved his boys up. Getting close to the road. They're ready for a fight. Red leader 3. It's old Sir Brian Mahoney, who's serving as a kind of an adjutant to the higher guy with the big formation. What's his name again? Sir Victor Pitts. He's his backup buddy. He can pull shock, and he is a level 2 leader, so he'll pull both of those shock. Are you kidding me? Time's flying. There is a card out, so they're going to spend something. The Aurelians have the higher force morale, so Sir James Dauphin will order his archers. 36 inches, they're at 34. He's going to no, he's not going to darken the skies. He's just going to spend 1 Signa to activate. He's going to fire across the battlefield at those men-at-arms. 12 shots hitting on 5s and 6s. Coming in on those boys. They score 4 hits. So they're going to put two on each outside group, or sorry, one on each outside group and two in the center. They've all got medium armor. Here come the rounds. Three hits, so one on each group. I totally forgot, these guys already had their shields up, so just one hit. And they'll take it on, they get the pick, so they'll put it on the closest group. These guys will take one chance of a casualty or a shock. Great tactical choice by Victor Pitts. His boys deflect all those rounds. Nothing makes contact with his guys. All right, just some arrow shooting. Nothing too exciting going on this so far. We'll go back to the next turn. We still have a lot of Signa cards in the deck now, so we should start hopefully seeing some random events. Red Leader 3. That's Sir Brian Mahoney again. He's serving as a adjutant to Victor Pitts, and he just sits there and he's pumping the guys up. He's getting them fired up to attack. These guys are close. Well, red Signa action, blue Signa action. Oh, yes. Uhtred Samuelson. He's going to move forward before he starts pumping up the volume. He's still got 2 fervor, so he's going to move forward 2d6 plus 2. Berserkers of Odenheim scream forward 13 inches, closing in on the light infantry, definitely threatening their left flank. Oh, it's all coming together. Time Mordens are already starting a victory dance. Yeah, right. Too early, baby! Put the tiki torches down, step away. Does look a little terrifying. Oh gosh, here they come. Straight up psychopaths. Ooh. Red 6. That's Sir James Dauphin. He's gonna fire again on those gentlemen. Gonna save his Signa card. Just gonna fire a regular volley. He scores 4 hits again, 1 on each outside group and 2 in the center. Putting rounds down range. Loose! We've got our first death on the battlefield. This group on the left takes an extra shock. They're up to 2. Center group loses a man. Right group takes a shock. You don't roll for the leader unless it's -1 of that. So you need to roll a 0 on 1d6. If it was hand to hand, it would be a 1 in 6 chance he got hit. Oh yes, the Baron. He's going to ride his cavalry forward. Lord Baron Philip Sandoval, 2d6 plus 4, working his way forward. Baron's got his guys rolling. They weren't too amped. That wasn't the biggest move in the world, but they are definitely getting close to the front line. All right. Oh, ooh, yes, 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 yes. The Pasha Abdul Mahari and his immortals are going to come flying out of there and attack that group right there. They come out with 6 and a 6 fervor, and they're going to come flying in. Springing an ambush does cost 2 Signa cards, I believe. They are 11 inches from the target, so there is a possibility they could screw this up. Oh no, it's the Immortals of Shubia. 6 fervor. They make contact with a massive charge into the knights and heavy footmen that had their shields up to prevent arrow attacks, but they are in close formation or close order. But that's brutal. The Posh is in the middle, firing these boys up. They got their teeth all filed down. They're going to chew on some legs and arms. Probably a couple faces. These guys are crazy. Here's the dice pool. Mortals of Shubia. Insane. Here's the attack pool for the Timordans. Here's their defense pool. They get these extra 4 dice because they've got knights with martial training. And they're in close order, so they were able to split half their stuff. They're just trying to survive the first round because these guys got aggressive attack and a ferocious charge. So they'll lose a bunch of dice after that, if they survive. Alright, here come the Immortals. Looking for 5s and 6s. 5s are shock, 6s are a dead and a shock. Alright, the Immortals score 4 kills and 4 shocks. Well, 8 shock and 4 kills. Now we get the attack dice from the Timordans. Not too bad. 4 6s and 1 5. The Immortals kind of left the door open a little bit. They've had a bad streak since last game. And this is the one the Timordans are counting on. They've got defense dice coming up. 6s will block kills, and 4s and 5s will block shock. Frickin' awesome job by the Timordan heavy footmen and knights. They block everything. So the Immortals were able to accomplish 0 on that. Now the Immortals have to make 4 medium armor saves against the Timordans' swords and spears. So they take 2 kills and 3 shock. So each group will get 1 shock, and their leader will oh, it's actually a chance the Pasha gets hit on a 1. The Immortals are repulsed. 2 dead. They don't take shock because they all have 6 fervor, so each group goes down to 5 fervor, all 3 groups. And they blunted the first attack of the Immortals of Shubia, who choked. So normally you fight 2 rounds of combat, but not if one side won by 2 casualties, which the Timordans have done so. But the Immortals are supposed to fall back 1 inch for every point of shock, which they don't have any. So I'm going to leave them in contact, but we'll cease the combat. We'll try that, see if that works good. So we'll juice it up next time. Blue Signa. Red 7. Start raising this up a little higher so I don't run out of table. That's the crossbowmen, I believe. They only have a 24-inch range, so they're going to move forward. Everything is out of range right now, unless they want to bomb their own Immortals, but that's not happening. They move up into that gap right there so they can start providing fire support to the front line. Little red Signa action. Red 5. That's the light infantry under Sir Michael Lorenzo. They might move forward and then try to use their second command to throw javelin if they can get in the range. They move up within 9 inches of the Berserkers of Odenheim and hit them with 18 javelins. Suck that, you losers. Called the Olympic Committee. They got some freaking javelin throwers in there. They get what they get? 7 hits, 2 on each outside group and 3 in the center of the Berserkers of Odenheim. Make some saves, boys. They got heavy armor at least. Two kills in the center, 1 on the 1 shock on the right. Chance the Thanes hit on a 1. super close. He's able to matrix his way out of it, and the guy behind him gets impaled right to the forehead. Group on the left goes down to 1 fervor. The other two groups both have 2. Nice throwing by those boys. Cards have been a little one-sided this so far. Oh, don't call it a comeback. That's Sir Boromir Pendraken with his 12 archers. They're going to go ahead and hammer the same target, even though they already have their shields up. Needing 6s to hit these gentlemen. They got 1 hit. Try on this group with medium armor. They take 1 shock on that group. Red 5. Sir Horatio Wilkins leads his boys forward. 3d6. Here they come. They're going to throw 18 javelins at their counterparts, the other light infantry. See how they like it. Take that, suckers. Too bad you're not wearing heavy armor. They only score 4 hits on these guys, so they have light armor, 5s and 6s, 4 5s and 6s, sorry. Coming in hot. 1 on each outside group and 2 in the center group. Light armor doesn't hold up as good as the real stuff. They get 1 point of shock on each outside group and 2 points of shock in the center group. Nice throwing. A red Signa action. Uh-oh. Pleased with that being the huge guy. That's the Baron. He will move forward 2d6 plus 4. The Baron leads his cavalry into combat, reigniting that center battle. Oh, it's a nightmare. He's a level 4 leader. His first command is to charge. Second command is to order the other group of infantry lower ranking than him to drop their shields. So they're just going to fight it out big time. And yeah, that's it. And then it's combat time, and the Baron will have 2 extra commands he can put into extra dice. He might even double up if he wants to. We'll see what happens. It's going to be brutal. This looks horrific. Oh, Morals of Shubia might be in trouble here. Pasha's reading, trying to find the chapter in the good book where he can turn himself into a shadow and disappear. He wants out of here. I want to go back to where it's nighttime. Just kidding. And let's get the fight going. This is going to be fought as 2 separate combats. The knights, those heavy footmen and those foot knights are going to fight these 2 groups, and then these 2 groups are going to go at each other. Alright, here's what we got. Here's the Timordans. They still got 2 of their groups are in close formation, so they have to peel some off. Plus they get 4 dice for the martial training and extra defense dice. Attack, defense dice, and here's the Immortals of Shubi over here. 2 groups with their leader. That was not a bad ferocious charge. They get 4 kills and that'll be 8 shock, so 4 6s and 4 5s. They get 2 6s and 2 5s. Defense dice from both groups of knights and 1 group of heavy footmen. They eliminate all the shock. They can make 2 armor saves. One of the mounted knights will be killed unless it's the Baron, which would suck. Can he make a save? One of the knights is slain. The Immortals have to make 4 armor saves in medium armor. They have 4 guys slain in that group to the right. Center group and the outside group both drop down to 1 fervor each. Now we'll do this combat over here. A full group of Immortals against a full group of heavy footmen. This one's a bit lopsided. You got the Immortals here. Sorry about that phone ringing. Attack dice for the Time Wardens. Defense dice for the Time Wardens. You get 2 6s and 2 5s. Let's see the Time Wardens striking back. They get 1 kill. Defense dice for the Time Wardens. They eliminated a kill and a shock. Both sides will take 1 armor save. Both have medium armor. Good armor saves. Time Wardens end up with 1 shock. Immortals take none. The fight will stop because the overall the Immortals had 4 casualties on the left, but they still have fervor, so they haven't fallen back yet. But the battle's over, but they're all still standing around. Blue Signa. Got some Signa cards. Woo! Blue Leader 3. Now the Time Wardens are making a comeback. That's my boy, the Adjutant. He's going to pull a shock on that far group over there. Oh, damn. That's Sir Victor Pitts. He's going to see if he can reach. He's going to charge. I think he's going to make sure and spend 2 Signa cards and step out. He sure as heck didn't need it, but better safe than sorry. I'm going to reorganize this combat. It's going to be a mess. So this is turning into a massive combat. He goes in. He's a level 3 leader. He pulled 1 shock, 1 command to move forward, 2 Signa cards to step out, the other one to change formation. They went into a wedge formation, and now they have attacked. Wow. And yeah, that's where we're at. So he's going to reignite the entire thing. And yeah, we'll go from there. Talk about your classic train wrecks. Look at this disaster. Oh boy. What a fight. Nice. I know one group of heavy footmen is going to support the knights. And then the other foot knights in the center are going to be supported by those guys down there. The other heavy footmen, sorry. Then the center group of the Immortals will be fighting, and they'll be supported by the 2 side groups, and then these guys will just support their 2 into their heavy foot knights or their foot knights. Oh, what a mess! I can't even talk. It's gonna be a heck of a good fight. We're gonna do 2 separate combats. See how it turns out. All right, the Time Wardens are gonna lose their minds and play. Use both their spy cards that can be played as a Signa, plus those 3 Signa, and add 5 points to their, basically, or 5 dice to their attack pool. And they're going to stay where they are. They're going to keep their 2 just for a backup in case something horrible happens. Okay, here come the Aurelians charging in against that mess. Monster roll by the Aurelians. Look at those 6s. Oh, they also blocked like 1 kill and 1 shock. Nice. The Baron knows it's all or nothing. Actually, he's going to double his intake, so he's throwing in 8 dice. He is drinking the juice and going off crazy steroid style in this combat. So there's a high probability he is going to get wounded or slain. They didn't do as good, but they did get up. They blocked 1 kill and they blocked 1 shock. So I'll remove those and then we'll do some armor saves. So they suffered 3 kills. So they double that. So their Baron is going to get hit. Oh, sorry, buddy. See how good your armor holds up. Hopefully you get a level 1 wound. It's gonna be a bad thing though, because it's would have been a 3 in 6 chance, but you double it because he went doubled in, so it's a 6 out of 6 possibility. He's gonna get blasted. Aurelian's making 3 armor saves. So they're gonna save 2, so they're gonna have 1 dead and 6 shock. And the Tymortan's gonna end up with 2 dead and 6 shock. That means there'll be a second round of this nightmare, because they're all going to win by 1. See how bad the wound is for the Baron. 1 is he's going to take 2 off his leadership, and then the rest is going to be just a light wound. So both units take 3 shock, and the Baron's got his first wounds. We'll get a bad thing for that, and there will be a second round of combat. I got to do the bad casualties on these guys too. But there's a chance they might not have that combat, because I forgot there's a 1 in 6 chance that their knight is hit by that, and then it would be a different total score. Roll of 1. That knight will be hit. Each of their groups takes 2 shock. So they had 1 casualty, they had 2 casualties. If there's only a 1 casualty difference in the combat, they fight a second round. Thankfully, the mounted knights still have 3 guys, so they're 50% still, so they can still chuck 10 dice out. But 1 more casualty, they're going to dip to half strength. Almost forgot, I have the Recreant card. He's going to play it, and he's allowed to ignore the hit in close combat. Oh yeah, so there's no bad thing. He saves a guy from getting killed. Awesome. Aurelians have a slight advantage here. They also have 3 defense dice from their knights, and these Tymortans just get 1 since they're down to 3 guys. And they both lost an extra dice for shock. I forgot to take that away. Sir Victor Pitts is hoping to score another victory in this hand-to-hand. He could be famous after this. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to stab his Baron in the back later after he's all famous and stuff. A little bit of intrigue at the court, spicing it up. Here comes the Aurelians attacking like a beast. Another home run with 6 kills, 2 extra shock, and they block 1 shock. Baron Lister can't take a shot of getting a chance of getting hit this time. He's just going to stay with his 4 dice. With their backs against the wall, the Tymortans pull out 5 kills and 8 extra shock, fighting for their Baron's life. Here come the heavy armor saves by the Tymortan mounted knights. They save 3, so Baron's gonna get hit on a 1, 2, or a 3. Baron gets hit. He's looking around for his infamy card. He doesn't have any left. Sorry, buddy. You're taking a wound this time. And he pays the price and gets cranked with a heavy wound. He's got his intestines hanging out on his horse. He's down to a level 2 leader. Oh, he'll have 1 knight left with him, and his other 2 knights get cut down. The Baron's bannerman is freaking out. He needs some damn Ativan. He's got 6 shock with 1 guy, well, 2 guys, so they're gonna rout. They're gonna be running. Their support, the heavy footmen over here, have 8 guys and 5 shock, so they're gonna be sticking around, but these guys are gonna split. Time for the Aurelians to make some armor saves. Decent, they have 2 guys killed. On a 1 or a 2, it is the Knight Commander. So much for taking over the barony. Now Sir Victor Pitts gets freaking slashed by a sword. Let's see what kind of wound he gets. Sir Pitts takes his wound. He gets slashed across the face. He's ugly as hell now. He's got his eyes hanging out. He's a level 2 leader. His foot knights have 5 shock. His supporting heavy footmen on his right have 5 shock. His other supporting unit has 4 shock. They're going to win the combat. They're going to be a little bit combat ineffective for a moment. These guys are going to be forced back, and these guys are going to rout. They're broken, fall back on the rally point, and are actually able to reduce their shock from 6 to 4. These guys fall back 5 inches because they have 5 shock, being a warrior group. Their knight lieutenant basically peeled off from the main group and came with them, since they're a broken formation now. And now these 2 groups will fight these 3 groups of Immortals of Shubia. Would have to take a bad thing for the Baron getting wounded, the elite unit broken, and then the unit falling back. I think the Baron's the worst one, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check, because he's a level 4 leader. So they're going to use the Turncoat card, which is only their last remaining infamy card, to block taking a break test. I mean a bad things test. So there's only going to take 2 bad things. They got a bad thing for a warrior group pushback, and then a bad thing for an elite group broken. Because 6 are always awesome. They lose 4 force morale. So they are down to 6, and meanwhile the Aurelians pumping it up are at 11 still. I'm going to give them 1 back, since the I just thought the level 4 leader would be worse. It is if he's killed or roused from the table, but that elite warrior group breaks is even worse. So we'll just go with the that was the one they blocked with the recreant card. So we'll scoot them back to 7. So these guys are still in close order, so they're going to spin off that match for close order. They're going to attack with the Timorians, they're going to attack with that, and the Immortals of Shubia will be over here. So it should be a good fight. The center Immortal group is down to 1 fervor, so not really. There's a good chance they're going to be going into shock here as their fervor disintegrates and they start thinking about home. In case of too little too late for the Pasha, they pull out 5 kills and 3 shock at the end here. Maybe it's enough, we'll see. Come the Timorians knights attacking back. They hit a home run with 7 kills and 2 extra shock against the Immortals. Oh. Alright, they get their close order bonus defense dice. Another dominating roll by the Timorian knights, using their shields to block everything out. They block all but 2 of the kills. They take all the shock away, so they get 2 armor saves for the Timorians. If they can make that, then the Immortals have no effect. One kill does get through. Let's see if it hits the leader on a 1 through 6, on a 1 on 6. One of the foot knights is slain and they take 1 shock. Now let's see what the Immortals can do. The Pasha's, he's on the horn with his insurance broker. He's trying to get a good coverage. Five of the Immortals are slain. Their leaders, the Pasha's got to roll a 6 to not have himself be skewered. Oh, his prayers have been answered. He dodges a bullet. What a job. He matrixed out of that thing. The Pasha's elite group is killed to a man. They're dead. It's just him in the middle holding his book, just covered in blood. They're sliced and diced. Elite group wiped out. His 2 supporting groups, those guys burned through all their fervor. They have 2 excess shock. The group fell back 2 inches. They have 1 fervor left, but they fell back with their buddies. And yeah, it's not looking good for the Immortals. They're not feeling too immortalish today. Oh. So a bad thing for elite group wiped out. Well, we know what that is. That's a -3 to their force morale. They'll be down from 11 down to 8. Well, I think good use of the infamy cards there. That was pretty hot. Good times. Woohoo! Oh, wow. Sir Raymond Aylesworth, level 3 leader. He's going to use one command to pull these guys back in their group. He's going to use another command to pull a shock. He's going to use 2 cards in hand to step out. And he's going to see if he can reach the Immortals of Shubia to wipe them out. Oh, wrong guys. And that'll be a -3 to this roll because of the shock. So they reach the Immortals. Oh, another brawl. Poor Immortals. They're ready to give it up and go back to Shubia as fast as they can. They're looking for a one-way ticket on the bus. As the power of the Immortals fades, here come the Timordans. Woo! They're back in open order, so they're looking for the home run here. Absolutely savage attack. I don't even, it was like 10 or something like that, 6s and like 5 5s. Oh, I think the luck has run out for the Pasha. Their black pajamas aren't going to hold up against this nightmare. Let's see if the Immortals can go out with a bang, not a whimper. The Pasha's prayers to the night god might have gone unanswered. They just get 3 kills, no shock. Oh, lordy, lordy. And the Timordans still get 3 defense dice from their martial training with their remaining 7 knights. Oh, they blocked 2 of the 3 kills. Armor save for the Timordans. It does get through. Is it the knight? It's not. They'll lose 1 knight and get 1 more shot. Go up to 2. 10 medium armor saves for the Immortals. Seven kills get through. The Pasha is going to be skewered. Let's see what kind of wound he's going to get. Sorry, 8 kills got through. So it will be 7 after the Pasha is skewered. Seven Immortals are slain. They fall back on the rally point, pull 2 shock each group, but both units are broken. One was 6 shock and one was 7 shock after they pull, and the Pasha's got 1 wound. They are blown to hell. So a bad thing for a warrior group routed in combat, and a bad thing for level 3 leader wounded. They lose 4 force morale, and yeah. They go down to 4 and lose a Signa card. Blue Signa. Blue leader 7. That's the crossbowman. They're going to launch 12 crossbow bolts at those light infantry just in range. They're in light armor. The crossbow bolts reduce their armor to 0, so they got to do no armor saves against 3 crossbow bolts. Two of their guys are killed on a 1. It's the leader on a roll. He's fine. 2 of the light infantry are killed by crossbow bolts. On the distance here this turn. Oh, that's the men-at-arms. Level 2 leader. He's going to pull some shock. He pulled 1 shock off this group, so now all 3 groups have 1 shock. I think he's going to try to cut these guys off from getting through to the heartland here. He's going to kind of wheel and move over here. 2d6 minus 1. So they kind of wheel. They're in at least a position to confront Those gentlemen, those combat hardened Uralians there, they've seen some crap. Red Signet, Red 4. Luckily got their angle just right to not be in the side to get flanked. These guys will move up 2d6. Brilliants are definitely maybe outmaneuvering the Timordans. I know they've got a lot on that side, but their light infantry could almost play a delaying action and let their superior numbers win on this side of the battlefield. We'll see how it goes. This turn's like a marathon. I think. Blue Signa, Tempest Fugit. They got the whole dang deck. I didn't even realize the last card till the very end. Wow, what a turn. That turn definitely deserves a recap. So we've got Timordans have their archers with their men-at-arms in front. They've only lost one guy. We got a full unit of Uralian men-at-arms facing them, plus pretty much a pretty well intact group of foot knights and heavy footmen. You've got heavy footmen and then foot knights over here. These crossbowmen can start hammering away on them. You've got a full group of heavy mounted knights right there. This guy, oh, he's their leader. I'm like, there's a guy left over on the battlefield. That's their commander. And you've got this light infantry here. Their light infantry here for the Timordans, and the Berserkers of Odenheim out here on the right. The Uralians are the only ones left with a Signet card, a infamy card, and they can block somebody's movement, so somebody's turn, besides the commander. And the commander's almost a non-factor because he's back here on the rally point, trying to get his one dude back together again, which is very similar to the situation the Posh is in, except he's got a few guys with him. But it's been a rough go of it for these gentlemen. They both fought hard, though. Let's see what happens after that monster last turn. Oh, that's the Timordan archers. They're going to loose a volley at the group of men-at-arms closing in on their left flank over here. 12 shots. They have no flags. They can't darken the skies. They pound these guys with 5 hits on medium armor. They kill a guy in that far left group, put a shock on each of the other 2 groups. Oh, I flipped the next card, so I already saw that, but it's alright. That's the crossbowman. They're going to fire 24 arrows, crossbow bolts at these guys, reducing our armor by 1. I got a little excited and thought those were automatic crossbow bolts. I was shooting 12 shots, not 24. Three hits, reducing armor by 1. Terrible shooting. All the bolts just bounce off all their armor and shields. Alright, blue leader 2. That's Sir Raymond Aylesworth. I know he'd love to pivot and charge into the flank of these guys, but guess what? There's a traitor in the house! Sorry. They don't get to activate. They're going to block their activation. That was cold. Red 5. That's Sir Michael Lorenzo and his skirmishers. He's going to shift to the right and stay in 9 inches of these guys and hit him with javelins. They already had 2 casualties from previous combat, so they're going to be able to throw 22 of them. So these shifted over 6 inches. They're at 9 inches. They're going to away from those guys. They're going to spend their 2 last Signet cards in hand and darken the skies with 22 javelins. Darkening the skies pays off, at least in the short term. They get 5 extra hits with that, so they have 9 hits. Pounding away on medium armor on the outsides and heavy armor in the center. Another Achilles-like throw by these javelin wielders. They do 3 shock to the group to the left here, 1 extra shock on the knights, and then 1 shock and 2 kills on the heavy footmen over here to the right. So rocking them up pretty good. I think it's like 3 shock, and 4 shock total now. That's a good, all we need is these guys to go do a flank turn and attack them and see what happens. Oh, blue Signet. Oh, red 7, that's the Aurelian archers, crossbowmen. Oh, they've got them in a sweet ambush. They're going to fire their 12 crossbow bolts into them. They score 3 hits on them. Let's roll for damage. Crossbows do reduce the armor by 1, so they'll do 1 shock in the center. They might actually do a shock on the outside too. Yep, they do 1 shock, cutting them down to light armor. All 3 groups have 4 shock now as they get pounded on by. They got javelins sticking out of them, crossbow bolts. Probably the archers will be up next. They're hammering away on them. Blue Signet. Another blue Signet. 3. Oh, it's 3 in a row. They get 1 more in this game. They get a random event. Ooh, that's big. That's Sir Brandon Bates. He's going to charge into these gentlemen here in wedge formation. If you go from the center of their unit, they're not in the flanks. This will go in as on a front attack if they can reach. How much shock do they have? 1, 1, 1. He's a level 3 leader, so he will he'll pull 2 shock. Well, hang on. Yeah, he'll pull 2 shock. Let's see how far they go in their charge. And they're going to spend their 4 Signet cards to do a ferocious charge for 2 and an aggressive attack for 2. So their first round of combat is going to be brutal. Oh, there it is, hammering away. The knights and the heavy footmen are still pretty chewed up in the last battle. A couple of those units have like 4 and 5 shock, and their level 3 leader is wounded down to level 2. These guys are coming in pretty hard with just 1 shock on the outside group and missing 1 guy from earlier. I think it was crossbow. No, it was from archer fire. For the dice pool, the Aurelians are an elite group, so they got 10, but they are outclassed by the Timordans, mostly because of the ferocious attack and the aggressive charge. I also forgot the Aurelians have knights in the center, so they get their martial combat, so they have 3 defense dice. All right, here we go. Timordans coming in, swinging hard. Not a lot of 5s, but they rocked the hell out of the 6s with 9 of them. The Aurelians fighting for their lives, swinging back. Not too bad. They got 6 kills themselves and 5 extra shock on 5s, and then they blocked 1 kill and 2 shock. 6 medium armor saves for the Timordans. They got their armor at Kmart. Doesn't do a damn thing. They take 6 deaths. Oh, plus all those shock. They already get hammered. It's about hate. 8 armor, heavy armor saves for the Aurelians. They do awesome. They block everything but 2. So Brandon Bates is going to need a roll of 6 here not to get hit in this combat. He gets wailed on in the melee. Oh, let's see what kind of wound he gets. He is now a level 1 leader, taking a gash to his side. I did forget to take away 2 dice for their 5 shock on their attack, so I want to put 1 guy back on the table for the Tymordans. So they get shoved back 4 inches. They'll take a bad thing for their leader getting wounded and a bad thing for a warrior group getting pushed back in combat. On a roll of a 1 or 2, their knight is hit. They're victorious. They don't want to follow anything up because they're down to 6 knights. Well, 5 knights with their commander, 6 shock. So they're 1 away from doing an obliged to withdraw. These guys have 6 shock. These guys have 5 shock. So they're pretty beat down. Didn't go exactly as planned over here for the Tymordans. Oh, no bueno. Oh no. Big Daddy. Oh, I gotta do those bad things. I'll get to the berserkers in 1 second. Level 2 leader wounded and warrior group pushed back in combat. It's -2 and they go down to 5. It's 5 against 4. These guys are beating the hell out of each other. Uhtred's going to try to pump up the hysteria over here, play some Def Leppard. He's going to add, he's level 3 leader, so he's going to add 1 to his roll, try to pump him up. Alright, see if group 1, 2, or 3 gets the extra fervor. Alright, far right group gets an extra 1. That worked out perfectly. Uhtred's got 4 fervor for each group now. Red Signet. Red Leader 3. I think that's their... Is that their adjutant? Yeah. He pulls 2 shocks, so the left group and the center group both go down to 3. Oh, time's flying again. There's only 1 Signet card on the table. Baron's going to take it and move 2d6 plus 4 up. The Baron moves his heavy cavalry in a position for a charge. Oh, savage. That's the end of that turn. Alright, next turn. Blue Signa. 2 blue Signas. Red 7, that's the crossbows. Rinse and repeat, they're going to fire 12 crossbow bolts to these gentlemen. They score 3 hits, reducing armor by 1. They give 1 shock to that outside group. Now they have 4, 4, and 4. Oh yeah. No, it's 3 in the center. 3, my bust. Oh, we're signaling out for the Blues. Oh, Uhtred Samuelson. Oh, he's going to burn all those cards. He's going to step out, and he's going to go uncontrolled, and he's going to see if he can reach the skirmishers. Alright, these guys aren't taking a chance. They're going to evade. So they're going to roll 2d6 and move this direction. So as planned, the light infantry have fallen back on the left flank. They're kind of pivoting on their extending the flank this direction, buying time for the rest of the army to win. But here come the berserkers. They're going to fly. So I'm going to move uncontrolled, so... Oh boy, it's going to be a mess. Just stepping out, all groups are going to roll 3d6 and add 4 to it. And they can double that if they want to kill more fervor. So the group to the left is still pretty close to being in contact. They moved like a lot. And the dice rolls kept them within about 3 inches of each other. But yeah, they screamed across the battlefield. Even if they went an extra 4 inches and lost all their shock, they wouldn't reach the target. So it was a good withdrawal by those guys. They're moving. We're a little bit better of a look from this, a little bit above to the side. Wow. Battlefields going back and forth. Let me put those together. Blue 4. Alright, he's a level 2 leader. He's going to use the last remaining Signa card they have in hand, and he's going to pull 3 shock. Red Signa. Oh. Yep, he's going to charge in. He might make it. He does pull 2 shock before he goes. And they're going to see if they can reach them. They're a couple inches short. Definitely threatening their left. Oh, wow. Savage. All right. Well, red Signa action. They got 2. Blue 7. It's the crossbows. They're going to hammer 12 crossbow bolts into these guys right here. They've only got 1 Signa card, so there are no darkening of the skies. These guys will spend 1 Signa card to raise shields. Or should they? Oh, because they'll get attacked right afterwards. But they can react to it. They got 1 flag left. Okay, yeah, they'll raise shields. 12 shots, hitting on 6s. 2 hits, since they're in the open, they will put them on both back units, reducing them to light armor. And they fail huge, blocked off the shields. Red Signa, they got it right back, the one they spent. Blue Signa. Ooh. He's got a lot of shock though. That's my bust. I was thinking that was those guys. These gentlemen. I don't think the Baron's going to be a wuss. He's going to go in and attack these guys. It's not in the flank, it'll be in the front. 2d6 plus 4. He's going to spend 2 Signas to make it a ferocious charge. Let's see how far they go. Double 1s could be trouble. Oh, they're going in for the charge. Let's see what happens. This could be the game changer. Either going to be the victor or the goat. So the ferocious charge from the mounted knights will double shock when they hit. I think I forgot that last time they went in the previous battle. So, oh, this could be brutal. The Timordans took their 2 Signa cards and dumped them in too as well, to get 2 extra dice out of this nightmare. The Timordans lost 1 dice for shock. They have more dice, the Timordans, compared to the Knights, and the Baron went in double strength style, so he is going to take a casualty. We'll see what happens. They got the defense dice for both sides. It's freaking death before dishonor, baby. They're going in crazy style. Oh, yeah. The Baron gets 5 6s, 3 5s, and he blocks 1 extra kill and a shock coming back at him from the Timordans. Tymordans kind of choked. They get 5 kills and 2 extra shock. They're going to lose one of each thanks to the defense dice. The Tymordan defense dice were worthless. 5 armor saves by the Tymordans. Heavy armor saves. They get 3 kills. 3 kills get through. A 1 in 3 chance that their knight takes a hit. Or actually a 50% chance. 1, 2, or 3. Sir Aylesworth breathes a sigh of relief. He doesn't get skewered this time. Here come the armor saves for the Aurelians. Oh, they save everything. Oh, it's a dominant victory. They take 1 shock. They just basically crush these guys. They fall back 8 inches. They're 1 away from breaking in the center. They've got 8 shock on both outside units, 7 in the center with 4 guys. So it's a sad state of affairs over here, but they're holding out. They will take a bad thing for falling back. It's about it. It's a -2, so they'll go down to 3 and they'll lose 2 Signa cards. Oh. That was quick. No one's got any cards. Oh, they've been forever. The archers. Looks like it's on their side of the county, but it's 32 inches to those men-at-arms. They got line of sight. They're going to unload with 12 arrows. No flags to put up, no signas, so 12 straight up arrows going into them. Three hits on medium armor, 1 per group. Those arrows all bang off their shields. The archers have been, all their missile weapons have been sucking since that javelin toss we had over here that was decent. Little blue Signa action. Ooh, another blue Signa. We should get at least 1 random event in this game before it's over. That'd be nice. Red leader 3. Sir Brian Mahoney over here, level 2 leader. He's going to pull 2 shock. Get all 3 groups down to 5 shock. Ooh, little red Signa action. One side's got 2, one side got 1. Oh, second Signa card. Got 3 over here, 1 over there. Oh, ho, ho. Uhtred Samuelson. He's going to go buck wild on the whole operation. He's going to use, yeah, he's going to use all the Signa cards. His step out's just 1 card, so he'll use 2 for the ferocious attack. And automatically he's got fervor, so that's going to be aggressive. And he's charging into the flank of the cavalry. Oh, good luck, sucker. Berserkers of Odenheim, they're going in to make some horse sandwiches. Oh, they can't wait to turn these guys into some kind of, I don't even know, haggis. They're going to chop them up. Well, the Aurelians had a decent dice pool with the Baron doubling his attacks, going in crazy style, until they had to remove half their stuff for the first round of combat for being attacked in the flank. The Berserkers of Odenheim were just jacked. They got their 4 fervor, they've got their aggressive attack, they've got their ferocious attack, they've got the extra supports, they've got their level 3 leader, and an elite group leading the charge. So it's on, like Donkey Kong. Who hasn't used that phrase in a long time? That's me! Here come the Berserkers. Let's see if they choke. They do decent with 7 kills and 5 extra shock. The Baron's Lifeguard fight for their lives, trying to keep their sovereign in at least in one piece. Might lose an arm or a leg here. They have a lot to work with. They get 1 kill, 2 shock, and they remove 1 shock from the Berserkers. The Berserker's axes, of course, reduce armor by 2, so that heavy armor becomes light armor. Outstanding job by the Knights protecting themselves. They were able to cut out several of those. They get down to 4 kills. The Baron is going to get hit. He has to roll less than an 8 on 1d6, so that's not going to happen. Woo! You're screwed, baby. And then the Berserkers get 1 heavy armor save against the Knights. 2 of the Berserker groups go down to 3 fervor instead of 4. Let's see how bad the Baron gets it. The Mounted Knights take 3 casualties. They go up to 8 shock. They've got 4 guys with 8 shock, so they're holding on by a thread. They fall back 8 inches. Barbarians advance 3 inches. They're kind of sitting right there in the middle. And yeah, and we got bad things for a level 4 leader, wounded, and elite group pushback in combat. They lucked out on the elite group, but they didn't. They hit the home run on the other one. So they drop down to a 1. And they lose 3 more Signa cards from the deck. Brutal. Brutal combat. Oh, and it's not going to get less brutal. Yes. He is going to charge. Sir Frederick Reed and his men-at-arms. He's not quite in the flank. You know, if you go to the middle, he's barely there. They draw that imaginary line. So he's going to go in and attack these guys. Crazy style. Probably needs to roll over a, basically, he needs 3 inches to get there. Coming down to the grunts, men-at-arms going head-to-head, the 2 groups. Oh, let the fight begin. The Timordans do have their leaders got 1 wound, and they have 2 shock, and then 3 on the outsides. Oh, it's going to be brutal. This is going to be close. I think the Aurelians have a slight edge. I think of like 1 or 2 dice. Two dice extra than they do. But that's going to spill out into the odds. This could decide the battle. Force morale can't handle this kind of death unless they roll all 1s. Let's see what happens, baby. Let's get it on. Aurelians going first. Their knights in the middle of it, just going ballistic, just trying to chop off as many arms and legs as he can. Faced off against his nemesis, who's already got part of his face missing and a jawbone. Oh, he looks disgusting. Not a bad set of dice. 5 6s, 3 5s. Can the Timordans step up? Not a 5 in sight. They get 5 6s though. Will it be enough? Armor saves. Everyone's got medium armor. The Aurelians choke. They don't make a single armor save. Can the Timordans do the same thing? Timordans make 3 armor saves. It says a 1 in they make 2 armor saves, sorry. They take 3 casualties. 1 in 50% chance their knight gets hit. Their knight was already missing part of his face. He takes another wound. He was a level 3 leader. He's a level 2 now. So if he gets a 1, he's going to get killed. Aurelians need to roll a 6 to avoid their knight getting hit. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! He dodges a bullet. Too bad his entire section gets killed. The Aurelians fall back. Got 2 groups with 2 shock, 1 group with 1 shock. The center group is just decimated. I think they're down to like 3 guys. These guys aren't looking that much better. They got 5 shock, and 4 shock. They're hurting as well, so they're not going to follow up and attack anybody. Just want to go home. We got bad things for the Timordans for their level 3 leader getting wounded again. And a bad thing for the Aurelians for a warrior group getting pushed back in combat. So these guys dropped 2 and they're at they're force morale of 1. But unfortunately these guys also dropped 1 from their 1 they had to 0. What a crazy battle. The fact that you got a force morale of 1 on the verge of collapse versus the guys that just break and just said we're done. So it was like whoever said uncle first was going to lose. Oh, that was a good fight. Really enjoyed it. I'm enjoying the larger scale. The field battle was nice. There was some ambushes with the Immortals of Shubi, but they just got they ran into a wood chipper. They got destroyed. The Knights tried to go in. They did decent the first fight. I thought they'd get killed right away, and I was like, but just personality-wise, the Baron had to go in. Thought this big fight in the middle when the Timordan Knights and they had their mounted knights going at the same time in that center battle against the Immortals. That was a huge force morale shift for the Aurelians. One they never really recovered from. Even though everyone got shoved out of the center, that anybody went in there basically got butchered. Somehow the Berserkers of Odenheim survived. A couple more turns, they might have got screwed, but there was not really much left. I mean, these foot knights and heavy footmen were hurting. These guys were hurting. These guys were hurting. These guys were decimated. The Baron got shoved back into space camp. Those guys got shoved out of the battle. Light infantry were still there. They could have done more. And, hurting. These guys are running away from the Berserkers. And then the Immortals are just back here. They got decimated. So, yeah. Everything you want to see from a battle. Seesawing. Back and forth. I had no idea who the hell was going to win. I was actually freaking pumped to get off work today and get home and finish this off. I was like, who the hell is going to win this battle? And, yeah, it was pretty, I could see both sides falling back. But the W does go to the Timordans. The first battle on the northern side of the map will go their direction. I'll put the check plus for them winning this week's battle. North, south, east, west, doesn't matter. These boys can win. Unless they're playing Lion Rampant 2nd edition. They lost that one once. But, yeah, good fight. Lots of casualties. Pretty bloody. Not as savage as last game. Last game was just like... yeah, like someone just ran out and just destroyed the other person. They dropped a nuclear, like a JDAM on their headquarters and wiped them out. So, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great week. Get this out to you this afternoon. And, yeah, it's Tuesday. We get halfway through the week tomorrow. So, yeah, hang in there and have a wonderful time. And I'll see you guys later. You're awesome.